chat going up on a Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How are y'all doing? Are we ready for another day of court? Detective Ramos exposed a lot of things yesterday. We also learned about this 2-hour Isaiah footage. I want to see that. I want to know what he said. What did they talk about? He didn't remember a lot of things. There were a lot of things that were unclear. He didn't want to be telling. All right. It's going to be an interesting day. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button on your way in. As far as the schedule today, we are going to get started with the morning. We're going to do the stream in 2 sections. The reason why is because I'm going to work up until lunch, but I need to change locations and check into a hotel. I'm filming a TV show tomorrow. So because of that, I need to get myself to the city and checked in. So we will do the afternoon session after I check in. So you'll see a change in environment. I was supposed to do it this morning, but I was like, you know what? I need to be in the studio for a little bit. So we are transitioning here, but why don't we go ahead and see what's going on in the courtroom? Here we go. I'm going to turn my mic down, quiet as a mouse. And we are now going to turn the courtroom volume on. I'm going to boost it because I know y'all like it. Y'all, we got to balance it out for y'all. So I'm going to put it nice and loud in there, as loud as it can be from the court audio feed. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. You're going to hear a difference in the sound. So let's go ahead and see what's going on.
Good morning. Defendants are present, state's present, defense counsel's present. Is Detective Ramos present? Okay. Are jurors present? Okay. Let's get Detective Ramos back on the stand. Get going. It's only Tuesday, Mr. Gonzalez. That was a heavy sigh. It was a heavy sigh.
Sleep is important.
Yes, particularly as we age, right?
Excuse me, Your
As
Honor?
we age. As we age, it is.
Also, a reminder, our daily poll has reset. So you have the opportunity to change your votes. All of those things those options are available in the bottom of the chat. I explained that yesterday, and we're going to go with the same poll every day. Who is the most cooked? Is it Isaiah? Is it Sean? Is it Rashad? Or is it Davion? Let us know, chat. Damn, Sean is at 65%. Y'all are cooking, Sean, today.
Oh, I think I'm not going to do this. Yes. I'm glad she can tap out. Good for her. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our jurors. Ramos. Practice.
right, Judge.
Okay, very good. Welcome back. Everyone have a seat. And we are ready to proceed forward with the continuation of the testimony of Detective Ramos, and you remain under oath from yesterday. Okay?
Sure.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Ramos, I know we just, I think we ended with the teasers video. I'm going to show you, Judge, at this time, we would introduce State's Exhibit 39.
All right, any objection, Mr. Gonzalez? You
No
want to
objection, Your Honor.
show Mr. Sonardi what it is? Ms. Doherty, you want to show Mr. Sonardi
Oh, I apologize. And it actually, Judge, we're going to introduce 39 and 40.
39 and 40?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any objection to those, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Sonardi?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wise? Mr. Petridis? Okay, they're admitted. And I think we already admitted 40, right? No.
Judge, I don't
Okay.
believe so.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Detective Ramos, we had just finished watching the teasers video. Can you, looking at States 39, can you orient the jury as to the street locations, and where the cameras were located that they saw? If you want to stand up behind you to use the enlarged photo, that would be great.
So this is the Teasers Gentlemen Cooks Club. This is Nebraska Avenue. It runs north and south, and then this is South Castle Street, a side street that runs east and west. The camera that we saw on the teaser's footage, the front door would have been here at the south east corner of the building. And then there was a camera on the east side of the building that caught this section of the parking lot. And then there was a camera on the north side of the building that caught this section of the parking lot.
You remain standing because I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 40. I'm going to ask you to explain this diagram, and can you start by showing us where the victim's vehicles and the vehicles belonging to his entourage were?
Yeah, so this diagram is just a demonstrative to help aid and orient where everyone's position was on the footage. The green boxes here represent the victim's vehicle and the entourage. So the bigger box being the black Dodge Charger of the victim that backed in near the front door. The blue symbols represent the movement of the suspect Silver Cruise. When it arrived, it came into the parking lot off of Castle, backed into this spot up here on the north side of the parking lot. The two subjects got out of it, and these dots represent their movement on foot, just to the point where they came off of camera here and then came back on to get back to the vehicle that we saw yesterday. And then the red arrows represent the movement of the suspect black Impala. It arrived southbound on Nebraska, made a right turn into the north side of the parking lot, worked its way around the parking lot, and ultimately positions itself right in front of the victim's vehicle here before the victims left.
And you said the two dots represented the two individuals that got out of that silver Chevy Cruze. Is that correct?
Yes, the set of dots coming from the blue square just represent the movement of the two subjects while they were on foot.
And you said that you identified Alicia Andrews, that you saw her jean jacket. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you personally interviewed Alicia Andrews. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How long were you with Miss Andrews?
Several hours.
And was it in a similar interview room than the interview room that Isaiah Chance was in?
Correct.
So you're very close to her?
Yes.
Approximately how far would you say you were seated from her when you were speaking with her?
A couple feet.
And the room well lit?
Yes.
And I want to also ask you, I know that you said the red represents the black Chevy Impala. Is that correct?
Correct.
I want to ask you a little bit of questions about the timing because
Can
all
he
of this.
sit down, or you want to?
Yes, he can sit down. I apologize, Judge. I want to ask you a couple of questions about the timing because obviously we see the blue arrows which represent the silver Chevy Cruze. Is that correct?
Correct.
When the victims arrived, can you just go in sequence when starting with the green cars and give us the chronological order of when cars arrived, the victims' cars, and then the silver Chevy Cruze, and then the black Chevy Impala?
Yes, so the victims arrive, the black Charger arrives approximately 2:20, between 2:23 and 2:27. The Impala is seen on camera arriving within a minute of the black Charger's arrival, and it parks.
Right here, is that where you have the
Correct.
Blue square or
Correct.
rectangle, I should say?
Excuse me,
Chevy.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry, the Chevy Cruze. Yeah.
Can we determine whether or not Detective Ramos is referring to a document or using his independent recollection to testify at this point?
Yes, Detective, you need to testify from your memory. If you need to look at your report to refresh your recollection, you just need to tell us that you're doing it, and then you just need to look at the report. Once your memory is refreshed, then look up and proceed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That part was from my memory.
And sir, I think you said we left off, I was asking you about the rectangular black Chevy Impala.
Yes.
You said that then parked in after. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the silver Chevy Cruze.
Yes.
That is in the blue square. Is that blue rectangle? Is that correct?
Yes.
After that arrives and they get out, is the victim's party still in this location with their cars, and are they entering into the club?
Correct. The victim's in the general area of the front door.
And then when is it that the silver Chevy Cruze leaves with the two occupants, including Alicia Andrews and the other tall male that is with her?
The victim and his entourage went into the club in between 2:27 and 2:30, at which point the two occupants went back to the Cruze. They sat in the car for approximately a minute or two, and then they left around 2:31.
And then what time do we finally see the black Chevy Impala arrive, which is signified by the red arrows?
This is approximately 25 to 30 minutes later. The black Impala is southbound on Nebraska and comes into view of camera approximately 2:54 as the victim and his entourage are coming out of the club.
Does anybody from the black Chevy Impala ever get out at this location out of the vehicle?
No.
Does a black Chevy Impala ever park at Teaser's nightclub?
No.
And then where was the second location where you or others from the Tampa Police Department were able to collect video footage from where the victim had been that night?
The following teasers, the victim went to Truth 18 on Bush Boulevard.
Your Honor, this time we're going to publish State's Exhibit number 44.
Okay, which has already been admitted.
Yes, Judge. Detective Ramos, where is Truth 18 located?
On Bush Boulevard, just east 40th or McKinley.
And how far is Truth 18 from Teasers?
Approximately 2 to 3 miles.
And based on the timing of the videos, was that approximately the drive that it would take, the difference in time when the victim's entourage is leaving Teasers and then arriving at Truth 18?
Correct.
Oh, yes, sir.
Reading your computer. That's ours. It's not reading yours. Still not reading.
Uh-oh, ChatGPT glitching.
All right, this time we need to introduce into evidence States Exhibit 42 and 43.
Okay. Any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection.
Mr. Sonardi?
No objection.
Mr. Wise? Mr. Petridis? Okay, admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective Ramos, I'm going to ask you to tell us what is in States Exhibit 42.
Yeah, this is just a Google Map satellite view of the area of Truth 18 nightclub. Truth 18 being the red dot at the bottom of the image there.
And you yourself have watched the video footage of Truth 18, is that correct?
Correct.
And then after they leave the victim's entourage leaves Truth 18, what pathway do they take?
I can't recall the exact pathway they took, but they arrived from the west, so eastbound on Bush Boulevard, and then made a right onto South Pawnee and came into the parking lot that way.
I'm going to go to States 43. Did you do another diagram tracking the movements of the victim's cars as well as the silver Chevy Cruze and the black Chevy Impala?
Correct. So the green represents the victim's vehicles. The boxes closer to the red dot that says Truth 18 is where approximately where they were parked, and then the arrows in green represent their movements after they were leaving.
And is this that parking lot of the strip mall where Truth 18 is located?
Correct.
And what floor is Truth 18 located?
On the second floor.
And the cameras that are in that strip plaza, does it not only show the parking lot, but also the stairwell or the stairway that goes up onto the second floor that's outdoors?
Correct.
And you said that the victim's vehicles are designated by the green. What happens after the cars park?
After the cars park, the victim and his entourage kind of hang out in the parking lot for a little bit before going in, and then eventually they will work up their way up the stairs and go into the nightclub on the second floor.
When approximately does the silver Chevy Cruze arrive, and what's it designated by?
The silver Chevy Cruze arrives approximately 4 a.m. And it is designated by the blue arrows. It arrives eastbound on Bush Boulevard from the west, and then makes a right-hand turn onto Hialeah Road and parks near the bail bonds, Tampa J&E bail bonds by the blue box there.
And what happens after the silver Chevy Cruze arrives and parks?
The same two occupants that were seen on video teasers get out of the Cruze and walk west through the parking lot onto the sidewalk in front of Truth 18, and eventually they walk back on the sidewalk and make their way back to the silver Cruze.
You have it designated by these blue dots, is that correct?
Correct.
And where you have the last blue dot, it's over to the left side of States Exhibit 43.
Correct.
And that's where it ends. Do those two individuals ever cross that parking lot and go up to Truth 18?
No, they never do.
How long approximately are they there just standing across from where the entrance is to Truth 18?
Approximately a couple of minutes.
What happens after they're there for a couple of minutes?
They ultimately walk back towards the silver Cruze.
All right, so this is that big lie we found out about yesterday. If you're just now joining in, Alicia said that they approached the nightclub doors and they were talking to the bouncers and they were not let into the club. Now, Detective Ramos is saying that that's not true. They never went to any of these club doors and attempted to go in.
During this time, where is the victim's party?
Inside.
Inside Truth 18?
Yes.
At this point in time, have we seen the black Chevy Impala at all?
Not yet.
And when does the black Chevy Impala arrive?
That one I'd have to refer to my report.
Okay, you can do that. Will that help refresh your recollection?
Yes. Let me go to the timeline. Uh, 414.
And what designates the black Chevy Impala?
The red arrows. It arrives from west to east, eastbound on Bush Boulevard, and then makes a. When it first arrived, it made a right-hand turn into the Enterprise parking lot at the bottom right of this image, and parked in the approximate area of that red box.
Right here.
Yes.
So kind of staging kind of across the street from the parking lot of where Truth 18 is located. Is that correct?
Correct.
Then what does it do?
After a short while of being there, it backs out and goes north through the intersection of Bush and Hialeah, north on Hialeah, and then it ultimately returns and stages in right at the stop bar of that stop sign on the north side of Bush facing south.
Right up here.
Yes.
And then what does the black Chevy Impala?
After the victim and his entourage get in the vehicles and start going mobile, the black Impala shoots across southbound through the intersection, and it comes in that general area. However, the victim's vehicles turn around in the parking lot and go out this way. So the Silver Cruise follows it out.
And I want to ask you, can you tell us, are there different cameras that are being utilized to show the sequencing of events?
Yes, two sets of cameras, the Truth 18 Plaza cameras from the south here, and then the Cash America, that image on the top right, facing south west.
So you're able to see all of the things that you have put on your diagram, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, I'm hoping to publish State's Exhibit 44. Yes. Set up today. It's not working either.
Some technical problems.
Yep.
All right, looks like they're having some technical issues this morning. Oh, look whose neck is out. Carl Thomas took the turtleneck off. So look at Isaiah there. He has his neck out so we could see the neck tattoos. Wearing a tie, a shirt, and a vest. They are doing their first sidebar of the morning. All attorneys are up there. Wonder what's going on. We have TiVo time, so let's skip ahead.
Okay. So we're having technological issues. So we're going to, I'm going to have you guys step into the jury room so you're not just sitting there looking at us. And then hopefully we will get this remedied immediately. Okay? All right. Very good.
All rise.
that mean they're icing us out too?
Okay, very good. All right, see.
All right. What's going on, law and crime? Got Sean with the waves. So they're trying to play a video for us.
Other than Deputy Martinez, who's always our stand-in detective, do you have another person coming to help, or are we relying on Deputy Martinez to get this sorted out?
It actually looks like it may be something with the stand. So if Deputy Martinez is resetting this isn't working, then we'll call courthouse. IT.
Why don't we go ahead and call and get the call put in for help? They can always come down and then turn around and walk away if Deputy Martinez has it figured out.
Yes, sir. No, I don't think that-
Yeah.
check and see if maybe it came.
So it seems like there's something with the podium or the stand or the connection. I do have TiVo time. I'm trying to save it. Does not look like they solved this problem yet. ChatGPT is usually pretty good at this. There's Rashad. We learned yesterday as 4 children. Like he praying or something. Come on, Court, get it together. Man, he's inside of the
Help
It's
has
really-
arrived.
podium. All right, so the courtroom technology is now in the room.
Hopefully you're not an intervening. ads.
All right, I'm gonna kill our TiVo time. Yeah, they still haven't figured this out. As of 9:44 a.m. Well, we're off to a good start, chat. You know, already. Why don't we read some super chats to kill some time and go from there? If you're just now joining us, you didn't really miss much. The court is having a technological issue. Detective Ramos is on the stand right now, and they didn't really get that far. I think we saw a few exhibits, like 2 of them were maps, and it was just kind of continuing what we were talking about yesterday. So with teasers, right? And Truth 18, it shows the positions of the cars. So it shows, you know, I think that that map it's a little hard to decipher, but it showed you where The green boxes, I believe, were where Fulio's camp was. So the 3 cars that they were traveling with. Then it showed the Chevy Cruze in the blue, and then the red was the Impala. So they just really showed us 2 maps. It looks like she wants to play a video right now. However, that video, for some reason, the laptop isn't connecting to the podium. So they just called courtroom technology, and courtroom technology is in the room right now to fix that. So as soon as they fix that, we'll be back into our morning session. If you are joining us as well, I did mention this in the community tab. I do need to travel today, so we're going to work up until lunch, and then I'm going to do my traveling. And once I get to the next destination, we'll do an afternoon session. So instead of 1 stream, you're going to see 2 feeds for me, and that's how we'll break up the day. Also, a reminder, there is no court on Friday, and I think she said Monday they're going to work from 12 to 6. So it's going to be a little bit longer. I think we can expect Detective Ramos to be on the stand all day today. He has so much evidence that needs to come in through him. And we already learned some new things. So we learned about the 2-hour interrogation with Isaiah yesterday, right? And then there were 2 days of interrogations with Isaiah that we learned about yesterday. The timelines, right? So that's something that's also new. I'm trying to put that into a visual. But with my notes yesterday, I was like, wow, okay, he's breaking down the timeline for the jury. And if the juror is really paying attention and they're writing down what I did, the times in which these cars were, in and out of those locations. And then we also see the contradiction of what was mentioned in Alicia's trial, that they went to the front of the club to try to get in the club. And one of you guys I forgot who said it, was one of the ladies in chat was like, oh yeah, I knew she was lying because she was wearing Crocs. And she's pregnant. Why are you outside? Like y'all just had McDonald's. Like, why are you outside? So that's the other thing. Like, why aren't you, in the house? You want to go to the club with Isaiah and y'all are wearing masks. It's sketchy. And she was wearing Crocs. So very, very strange. Yeah, it was Miss Lady Grady. All right, we got some sound, got some head action. We see some heads.
Yes. Are you ready? Yes. Yes.
Are we
Are
good?
you ready for this?
Bring the jury.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
All rise.
Okay, very good. Welcome back. Everyone have a seat, and you may continue, Ms. Doherty.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're going to publish State's Exhibit 44.
Okay.
So pause. Yeah. But do you need audio for this video? No. Realistically, no. I'm just going to turn it off. Is that good? Yep. Just use this mouse to push that one. Okay. Thank you. And Detective Ramos, can you tell us what is going on at this point?
Yes, this is when the victim and his entourage are arriving to the parking lot of Truth 18.
And you've already, you were notified as to what the timestamp is that correct?
Correct.
And how off the timestamp is?
Correct.
Can you give us the approximate time doing the adjustment?
This is approximately 3:30-ish, 3:40 as they're heading upstairs.
And now it's reflecting 212. Is this another camera?
Yes. It's about approximately 3:30 on Sunday the 23rd.
And at some point, we're going to see a connection to the victim's Instagram account. Is that the Instagram account that you saw on Charles Jones's Instagram stories?
Yes, he has his phone in his left hand now. He records the Instagram post.
Detective, what camera are we on now?
This is facing north. It's at 4 a.m. The Silver Cruise just passed by.
Detective, again, did you splice these videos so that they are running chronologically in time?
Correct.
And then what camera are we looking at now?
The front parking lot camera here facing north. Two subjects from the Silver Cruise walking through the parking lot on the north side there.
And this is what you were reflecting in the blue dots that were represented on your diagram. Is that correct?
Correct.
And again, did you see the tall person with Alicia Andrews holding anything in his hand?
Yes.
Again, was that significant to your investigation later when you subpoena and do a search warrant for their phone information?
Yes.
What time are we at now, and what camera are we at?
Approximately 3:45, second floor camera. The victim and his entourage are coming out of the club.
Had the silver Chevy Cruze already left at this point?
No.
And then what's being shown in this camera view?
This is the black Impala arriving.
And is that up in the upper left-hand corner of the screen?
Correct.
And is this where you had shown that it was parking the first time?
Yes.
Again, Detective Ramos, were there times in this video sequencing that you sped it up?
Yes.
And again, where did the black Chevy Impala go at this point?
They drove north through the intersection of Bush and Hialeah northbound, and then ultimately made a U-turn and came back southbound. Currently stopped at the stop bar facing south.
And based on color, make, and model, does it appear to be the same black Chevy Impala that you saw at the Teasers nightclub?
Yes.
Same with the silver Chevy Cruze?
Yes.
What camera view are we looking at now?
This is the first floor, bottom of the stairwell.
Detective Ramos, do you recognize some of the same witnesses that you interviewed on June 23rd of 2024 who were with the victim, Charles Jones?
Yes.
And who was the gentleman in the blue shirt that just got into the car?
The black Altima is Tafa McRae.
Detective Ramos, can you give us a time estimation as to when these vehicles are now leaving the parking lot?
Approximately 4:15, 4:20.
Y'all know y'all.
Detective, is there any additional
Y'all know y'all got my likes looking crazy, right? These likes are looking super raggedy.
video footage of the silver Chevy Cruze?
Hit the button.
Here, yes. At the top of the screen as the victims leave.
Can you tell us what's going on now?
The victim's entourage is at the top of the screen making a U-turn to go west on Bush towards 40th. All three vehicles, the third one kind of lagging behind there. And then after the third one, in approximately 30 seconds, the silver Cruze follows.
Is that what's happening now?
Yes, that was the silver Cruze westbound on Bush.
Detective, what is this camera?
This is a pole camera at the USF property facing south, basically south at the intersection of 40th McKinley and Fowler. On the top right of the screen is part of the parking lot to the Homes to Suites.
Could you stand up behind you just so you could point out where the home to suites are so the jury has?
So the Homes to Suites is in the top right there. And this is facing south. This is 40th that runs north and south, and then Fowler that runs east and west. Victims entourage there making a U-turn.
And where is USF in relation to where the home to suites and the entrance to home to suites is?
USF would be this way.
You can go ahead and have a seat. At some point, are there any other vehicles that you make note of in this video?
Yeah, the silver Cruze making a right turn.
And is it coming from the same direction as the victim's vehicles?
Yes, this is now the silver Cruze north into the USF property.
At some point, do you see the black Chevy Impala again?
Yes, within a couple of minutes after the victim's entourage went into the parking lot, we see the black Impala at the left turn lane there where those headlights are, make a U-turn and go the same path that the victims went.
Detective, then did you do the same type of diagram for the home to suites?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, at this time, we would introduce into evidence State's Exhibit 45.
Any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection?
Mr. Sonardi?
Oh, it's the diagram? Yes, sir.
No objection.
Okay, Mr. Wise? Mr. Petrides? Okay, admitted.
Detective, can you again walk us through the diagram, and let's start with the green rectangles. What does that note?
Yeah, the green rectangles on the south end of the homes to suites building represent the general area where the victim's vehicles were parked leading up to the shooting.
And where they parked, is there kind of like a portico or a roof area, a covered parking area where the vehicles can park underneath?
Correct.
And where in this diagram was the victim's black Dodge Charger parked?
It would be the one directly underneath the overhang.
Right here?
Yes, correct.
And approximately what time are the victim and the other vehicles in his entourage arriving, the black Dodge Charger and the two other vehicles?
Approximately between 4:20 and 4:25.
And at first you said that the silver Chevy Cruze, based on the video footage, appeared to go off and stay for a moment in the USF parking lot. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So what is the second set? What is the second vehicle that then arrives after the victim's vehicles that's depicted in this diagram?
The second vehicle that arrives after the victim is the suspect black Chevy Impala. It southbound on McKinley makes a right-hand turn. It's represented by the red arrows. It made an immediate right and went the long way around to the other side of the
So
road.
it goes this way.
Correct.
And going back to the victim's Dodge Charger, what direction is it facing?
It's facing to the left or west.
This way?
Yes.
Okay. So the driver and his passengers would not be facing towards the park, towards McKinley and what is behind them. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you said that designated by these red arrows, the black Chevy Impala, that tracks the path. Is that correct?
Correct.
And there is another hotel. Is that correct?
Yes.
What hotel is this?
The Holiday Inn.
And are there cameras that were placed in different areas around both of these hotels so that you could get different views and follow the pathway of that black Chevy Impala around the property?
Correct.
And where does it end up finally coming to rest?
The black Impala goes all the way around and comes onto the west side of the homes to suites. It stops just short of right near that arrow, makes a U-turn, stays just for a little bit until the silver Cruze arrives, and then it eventually backs in to a parking spot right around the general area where that red square is at.
Right here.
Correct.
When it comes to, again, where the home to suites is, does it ever break the plane or the visual plane of where the victim's parties are parked where they could see that vehicle?
No.
So it stops just short of coming within viewing distance. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you said it eventually parks there.
Yes.
Now, can you tell us again what is noted by the blue arrows?
Yes. After the Impala stages on the west side of the building, a short time later, the Cruze comes southbound from the USF property, cuts through the intersection at 40th, and comes into the parking lot by the blue arrow there. It takes goes west right by the victims, makes a right, makes a U-turn, and comes back out.
Okay. And so this is the silver Chevy Cruze with Alicia Andrews and the other tall male. Is that correct?
Correct.
And it goes by the victim how many times?
Twice.
As it is exiting back out onto McKinley, would it have a direct visual of the victim and where the victim was seated?
Yes.
Your Honor, we're going to publish 22A. Sir, did you also have and view the Tesla video?
Yes.
Detective Ramos, in, oh, it's not
22A.
22A, yes, that's what I want. That's a composite. Yes, 22A. And Detective, going to your Exhibit 45, what camera is this looking at?
This is on the east side of Homestead Suite facing towards McKinley.
And this camera?
Same side of the building facing north towards McKinley and Fowler.
And are you tracking the pattern or the path of travel of the black Chevy Impala?
Correct.
And these videos are what you use to make your diagram in State's Exhibit 45, is that correct?
Correct.
And what camera are we looking at this point?
It's now made it to the west side of the building, the patio camera here, and it's making a U-turn.
Excuse me, this is not 22A, correct?
No, it is 22A.
It is?
And you said that it made a U-turn, is that correct?
Correct.
And now what camera are we looking at?
The south side of the building near the front door.
Okay. And is that the silver Chevy Cruze passing the victim's vehicle as well as the other vehicles in its party?
Correct.
What video are we looking at now?
This is from the Tesla vehicle on the west side of the building.
And again, are these clips, are they clipped together chronologically in time so that they are happening as time is elapsing?
Yes.
And is this just before the silver Chevy Cruze is coming into the same general area as the black Chevy Impala?
Yes. This section of the video is just showing that same sequence from the patio camera.
And where is the black Chevy Impala parked? Can you,
If you look between the top of the van and the pillar there, there's a gap, and the black Impala just backed into a spot.
and now what is occurring?
The silver Cruze is leaving the parking lot.
And at this point, where is the victim?
In the black Dodge Charger front passenger seat.
And is that the first time from the Tesla where you can see individuals from the black Chevy Impala?
Yes, the occupants of the Impala on foot now towards the victim.
Judge, at this time, we would introduce into evidence State's Exhibit 139A through W and 59A through N.
All right, any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
Second exhibit was?
59A through N.
These are the stills from
No
the.
objection?
Okay, Mr. Sonardi?
One moment, Judge.
The video and the slide.
No objection.
Okay, Mr. Wise?
No objection.
Mr. Petrides? Be admitted.
Yes. Detective Ramos, I know that you said that you had studied those videos a lot. Is that correct? What was the estimate that you gave us?
Oh, I watched the video dozens of times.
And were there stills that were created from those videos?
Yes.
And again, when you are trying to identify the assailants, are you paying attention to the details of how each one of the gunmen looked?
Correct.
give a description of how they are generally dressed?
Yeah, so we identified from the video footage 3 shooters, and we refer to them as shooter number 1, shooter number 2, and shooter number 3. Shooter number 1 was the one wielding the pistol that left the 9mm casings. That shooter was wearing a black hoodie, had black jeans on, or black pants, had a visible rip in the left knee area with a black leather belt and black military style boots. Shooter number 2 was the first rifleman closer to the victim's position. That shooter was wearing like a dark blue hoodie, dark pants, and had on gloves and a mask. And then shooter number 3 was the one.
We're going to object to the detective narrating what he believes was depicted on the video. The best evidence is the video for the jury to determine what's depicted on the video.
All right, I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
And then shooter number 3 was the one behind the Tesla, was wearing an orange ski mask and all had on all black as well.
All 3 shooters, were their faces covered?
Yes.
I'm going to show you 139. What is that a photograph of?
This one is shooter number 2 in the darker blue hoodie.
And for the record, it's 139A.
All right, so they're trying to say that this shooter in this position, I'm happy that we're talking about this because I was trying to map it out and create a visual for you guys. So they are saying that shooter number 2 right here is Sean.
And then 139B.
That's also shooter number 2 fleeing back towards the Impala.
And are there different areas of the video that there was better lighting in order to get any sort of visualization of color?
Yes, specifically to shooter number 2, we can see a break between where the glove ends and the sleeve begins on his wrist area, and in the eye area where his face mask ends and the hoodie begins.
And what is in 39C?
This is shooter number 1 working his way back towards the Impala.
All right, so this is Rashad.
39D,
Just a close-up of shooter number 1.
139E,
Oops.
Further closing in on his shoes.
139F,
This is shooter number 2, the blue hoodie.
So Sean,
139G,
Shooter number 2 again.
137H,
Shooter number 2.
Sean,
137 or 139?
139. I apologize, my handwriting. 139H,
The shooter number 2.
139I,
Shooter number 2.
and hold on, 139J,
This is again shooter number 2.
all Sean.
and you're also looking for skin tone and the places that you can see it. Is that correct?
Correct.
139K.
Shooter number 2.
Damn.
You're also looking at body build.
Yes.
139L.
Shooter number 2.
$139M.
Shooter number 2 again.
Man, Sean might have had one of the fatal shots. I mean, and he's on the same side where Foolio is. Remember, one of those shots came when Julio was trying to get to the back seat. Sean's right there. So I want to see if they can. There was so much firing. I mean, it's so hard to pinpoint it. But I can now see y'all just went up to 59% with Sean. Man, this is not good.
And 139U.
This is shooter number 2.
And then 139W.
Shooter number 2 again.
Again, you said at some point you were looking at for where you could actually see skin. Is that correct?
Yes, it's a lighter skin complexion there near the eyes and the wrist.
There were also still images that were done from the Tesla video. Is that correct?
Correct.
I show you 59A. And again, going based on your designations, what's in 59A?
Here we have from the Tesla footage an image of shooter number 1 to the right in all black. And then we have shooter number 2 behind him in the darker blue hoodie.
So just note my continuing objection to the detective narrating the video.
Duly noted.
All right, Father Time, enough.
59B.
Shooter number 1 to the right and shooter number 2 to the left.
And what's the difference in body?
The shooter number 2 appears to be heavier than shooter number 1. Shooter number 1 a little bit taller and skinnier. I'm sorry, shooter number 2 a little bit taller and skinnier.
D.
This is shooter number 1 returning after the shooting.
The boots and the pants.
59F.
Shooter number 1 with the pistol returning after the shooting.
Anything else of note of the pistol?
Yes, shooter number 1 appears to be carrying a pistol in his left hand.
59E.
Same shooter number 1, pistol in his left hand.
59I.
This is shooter number 3 with the orange ski mask.
And body style?
Heavier than the other 2.
59K.
Shooter number 3.
N.
Shooter number 3.
Davion.
So after viewing the videos, how many suspects were you looking from the silver Chevy Cruze?
2 suspects from the silver Chevy Cruze.
And you previously said you identified Alicia Andrews based on what she was wearing in your interview. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then what about the shooters? How many shooters were you looking for that came from the black Chevy Impala?
3.
At some point in the investigation, you said that you went up to Georgia. Is that correct?
Correct.
And going up to Georgia, there was a phone that was located and recovered from the Gwinnett County Police Department. Is that correct?
Correct.
And Detective Angela Carter, did she assist you in this investigation?
Yes, she did.
Was there a partial digital download extraction from the phone that was recovered from the silver Chevy Cruze that defendant Rashad Murphy was driving in?
Yes.
And was that a phone that was also shared based on your understanding by Charmaine Steiger?
Correct.
Did you and Detective Angela Carter with the Gwinnett County Police Department in Georgia do a co-affiant search warrant to get the partial extraction from that phone.
Yes.
And based on that extraction, did you have information regarding an Airbnb?
Yes.
Tell me about what was located in reference to an Airbnb involved in this case.
Yeah, from the phone, we learned that an Airbnb in Tampa was booked over the weekend of the murder, and we identified that Airbnb as the Airbnb that the suspect stayed at during their stay in Tampa.
And what was the address of the Airbnb?
I can't recall it at this time.
Okay, we're looking at your report,
Yes.
help refresh your recollection.
Please.
I'm going to mute that because an active residence, I think. So when he says it,
I'm sorry, I'm struggling to find where that address is at.
That's okay, we'll move on.
Sure.
There was an Airbnb located here in Tampa, is that correct?
Correct.
Based on your investigation, were you able to locate the actual Airbnb?
Yes.
In the digital download of the phone from Rashad Murphy and Charmaine Steiger, were there messages in there having to do with an Airbnb?
Yes.
Who was the owner that you were able to do, based on your investigation interview, that owned the Airbnb here in Tampa?
Anthony Alava,
Where did Anthony Alava live?
up north somewhere.
And did you conduct a phone interview with Mr. Alava?
Yes.
And did he own the Airbnb?
Yes.
And based on doing an interview with Mr. Alava, was he able to provide you with video footage, a Ring door camera to that Airbnb?
Yes.
And based on reviewing that Airbnb for the dates of June 22nd and June 23rd, was there anything of note or relevance to your case?
Yes. So from the Ring footage at the Airbnb on the 22nd, we can see one of the suspects arriving and coming into the Airbnb. And then on the 23rd, post-murder, we can see several of the other defendants on camera leaving the Airbnb.
Did you yourself go to the Airbnb and video the Airbnb?
I did.
And did you do did you request from Anthony Alava, was there a locking mechanism for the front door?
Yes.
How did that work?
Basically a lock that you would put in your code and then it would electronically open the lock.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd introduce into evidence States Exhibit 60, 62, A through G, 61, A through B, and State Exhibit 66 and 106.
Okay, any objection? Mr. Gonzalez.
saw the Airbnb footage.
No objections.
Okay, Mr. Sonardi,
No objection.
Mr. Wise,
Subject.
Mr. Petrides, admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, at this time, we're going to publish State's Exhibit 60.
Okay.
Exhibit 60. Yes. Detective, what are we looking at in State's Exhibit 60?
This actually helps refresh my memory. 3703 Gazebo Pond Lane, Unit 1202.
Okay,
That's the front door of Unit 1202 there to the left.
to the left. And is there anything of note that you can also see in this photograph on the left door, on the left of the front door of the Airbnb?
Yes, you can visibly see the Ring camera there to the left of the door.
And then why did you take this video?
This was just to show the front door of the Airbnb and then conduct a walkthrough to show the backside to get a visual of where the defendant stayed at.
How many entrances are to this particular Airbnb?
2, a front door and a back door.
And is there any sort of camera or Ring video system or security camera on the back door?
No,
The only camera in this Airbnb is that on the front door?
correct.
This is his walkthrough. Or walk around.
And if somebody wanted to get into the back door, is this the pathway that they would have to take in order to get into the back door?
Yes.
Judge, we're also going to publish State's Exhibit 61A. $61A. Detective, is this the Ring video footage that you got based from Anthony Alava, the owner of the Airbnb on Gazebo Pond?
Yes.
And is this the person that you interviewed, Alicia Andrews?
Yes.
And what is the date when this is occurring?
This is Saturday, June 22nd at 7:55 Eastern Standard Time, PM.
And do you know the accuracy of the timestamp for this particular Ring camera?
Yes, this timestamp was accurate.
And is there anything of note or significance that she has in her possession that ended up being relevant to your investigation?
A couple things in this photo. The jean jacket's kind of balled up in the bag on her left arm there. And then the main thing was that pink iPhone that she's holding in her hand.
During the course of your investigation, and again, did you see her enter into the Airbnb at that point?
Yeah, just a minute later at 7:56, she goes inside.
How is the Ring camera activated for this particular Ring video?
It's motion activated.
And was the activations for June 22nd, the day before the homicide, was that the only activation and video footage of anyone caught entering into that Airbnb was of Alicia Andrews?
Correct.
Do you see anybody else enter in through that front door that was captured on video?
No.
Did you receive all of the video Ring camera footage for activations for the front door of that Airbnb?
Yes.
And I know that you had recovered McDonald's video, is that correct?
Correct.
And what was the timestamp of, or what was the general time when that silver Chevy Cruze containing at least 2 passengers went to that McDonald's?
Approximately 1:30 to 1:40 a.m. on Sunday the 23rd.
Is there any activation based on the front door of anyone leaving the front door in order to go to McDonald's?
No.
In that Ring video, I'm going to back it up just a little bit. What 2 vehicles were the people driving from Jacksonville?
The black Chevy Impala and the silver Chevy Cruze.
This is right before Miss Andrews, right after she goes in. Do you
Correct.
see any vehicles parked in the parking lots right in front of the Ring video?
No.
Any video capturing any sort of bringing in bags or unloading big rolling duffel bags being brought or carried into this Airbnb?
No.
Any video capture of any sort of luggage being brought into this Airbnb?
No.
Do you ever see a black Chevy Impala or a silver Chevy Cruze parked in the 2 open, empty parking spots for this Airbnb?
No.
Then when is the next time you see camera activation for this Airbnb?
We don't see another activation till shortly after 2 p.m. on Sunday the 23rd.
And that would be after the homicide has already occurred. Is that correct?
Correct.
And what is the approximate time of this camera activation?
This is at 2:09 p.m. on Sunday, June 23rd, 2024.
That's the first time it is activated that morning?
Correct.
Let's stop right here. When you were viewing the Ring video footage, what is significance of this vehicle that is being parked right in front where one of the individuals with a backpack is now approaching?
Yes, so that vehicle was identified as an Uber that was hired to take 3 of the defendants from Tampa back to Jacksonville.
And did you learn of that based on you watching these Ring videos?
This and other factors, yes.
And is this, do you ever see the black Chevy Impala?
No.
Do you ever see the silver Chevy Cruze?
No.
And is that the Uber driver that is, you can see going into the driver's side of that car that's pulled up in front?
Correct.
Do you later, during the course of your investigation, track down the Uber driver and interview him?
Yes, I do.
Again, is that Miss Andrews that is leaving the Airbnb?
Correct.
Okay. And again, she's with a tall gentleman, is that correct?
Correct.
And that person has gone back and forth now in front of this Ring camera how many times?
Several times.
Do Do you see this individual that just walked by?
Yes.
Is he coming from the direction where you showed that video of the pathway that would lead to the back door of that Airbnb after you walk through that grassy pathway behind the big fence?
Yes.
Is that the first time that individual walked in front of this camera?
Yes.
Is that same individual now entering the Airbnb through the front door?
Yes.
How many people are exiting the Airbnb?
2.
Same tall gentleman with now another individual?
Yes.
And what type of hairstyle does the second individual have that is exiting?
Medium length curly hair.
So now at this point, how many people have you seen either entering and exiting this Airbnb?
4.
How many males
Got 3.
and how many females?
1.
When you got the lock log from the Airbnb owner, Anthony Alava, was there activations that could be done by code?
Yes.
And were there activations, if needed, that could be done by an Airbnb owner letting someone in?
Yes.
Based on that Airbnb video states 61A, were there still photos that were done based on the video, from the video?
Yes.
I'm going to show you 61B1. Does that show the female Alicia Andrews?
Yes.
Again, holding that pink phone.
Correct.
61B2.
Alicia Andrews again with the pink phone.
61B3, is that a tall African-American male, very thin?
Yes.
61B4,
The
same
same.
person entering again.
Yes.
61B5, now showing the back of him, is that correct?
Correct.
61B6, what are we seeing here?
This is a heavier set African-American male carrying a large black duffel bag.
Again, no video footage ever showing that bag going into the Airbnb.
Correct.
Did you also later obtain video footage of that Uber showing up at a location in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Where did that Uber go?
That Uber went to 13751 Victoria Lakes Drive, Jacksonville, Florida, Sean Gaithright's house.
And did you see bags, the Uber arriving and bags being unloaded?
Yes, many.
And based on that, did you obtain video footage from an earlier date from that Vivint security camera at Sean Gathright's house?
Yes.
And did you see bags then being loaded?
Yes, into the Impala.
The black Chevy Impala?
Correct.
61B7.
So this is the same heavier set African-American male carrying the black duffel bag.
61B8.
This is that same male now coming back in through the front door.
So second male that goes into this Airbnb, is that correct?
Correct.
61B9, is that again the first one that enters?
Correct.
61B11.
This is the third male, lighter skin, tall, skinny with the medium length
And
brown
what's he-
curly hair.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sure, go ahead.
What's he holding in his hand, Detective Ramos?
A phone.
Again, does that become important in your investigation after you start to do search warrants and subpoenas for cell phone data and iCloud data?
Very important.
So that's just a quick note on that. That's going to be new because Sean's team was really trying to keep his iCloud data out, right? We saw some things from Alicia's case, but I think with Sean's phone, we're going to get a lot of new evidence this go round.
And were these still photos that were developed from the Airbnb video that you took, as well as did you take other photographs at that Airbnb?
Yes.
What's in 62A?
This is a view from the exterior street of that complex, looking east into the complex. The actual unit would be on the right side of this view.
On the right side.
Yes.
62B.
As you come in through that gate, if you made a right, this is the parking lot on the area on the west side of the building, with the unit in question being to the left there.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is where, if they wanted to go into a back door, they would have to go behind the building and walk through that grassy pathway. Is that correct?
Correct.
And there are areas here where cars could park if they did not want to be seen by the front door ring camera. Is that correct?
Correct.
62C.
This is the front door of the unit, the Airbnb that they stayed at.
And the ring camera.
Correct.
62D.
This is that pathway along the west side of the building leading to the back door.
62E.
This is the rear of the unit heading towards the back door.
See any lights back there?
No.
And again, when was the trip to McDonald's?
Approximately 1:30 to 1:40 a.m. on the 23rd.
And approximately what time would the vehicles have left before they started tracking the victim?
Approximately between 2 and 2:15 a.m.
Any front door activations during that
No.
time for the front door of the Airbnb?
No, ma'am.
62F.
This is a view from that backyard area. You actually got to kind of crouch through this shrubbery here, but looking straight at the back door.
62G.
This is over the fence, looking at the back sliding glass door of the unit.
The only other way you can get into that Airbnb if you don't go through the front door with the ring camera, is that correct?
Correct.
How did you identify the Uber driver?
Ultimately, we were able to track Alicia Andrews' cell phone and use it as it moved back north through Jacksonville. And we had a description of the make, model of vehicle. And so another LPR search was conducted. We identified a tag, and then we wrote a subpoena to Uber, and they confirmed that vehicle and identified the driver for us.
And before we go to the Uber driver, I'm just going to show you one more thing. You said that you obtained a lock code log for that Airbnb. Is that correct?
Correct.
And when was Alicia Andrews seen at that front door approximately, if you can remember the time?
Approximately 7:55 and 7:56 p.m. on the 22nd.
And I want you to go through this. And we're going to start at 7:59. This is the door lock being activated. Is that correct? This is a record of that?
Correct.
For that unit that they are staying at. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did the locked door, did the lock code, did that correspond with the activations that you could see based on the motion censored Ring camera?
Those first, the ones below it, 7:55 and 7:56, correspond with the Ring footage of Alicia Andrews in front of the door.
So where you can see locked by thumb turn, unlocked by thumb turn, those correspond with the first time and the second time. Is that correct?
Yeah, the very first one, these actually go kind of in reverse order. So the very first one is the one that says unlocked by access code at 7:55. And then the next one is unlocked by thumb turn at 7:56. And then the last one on June 22nd is unlocked by thumb turn at 7:59.
Okay. So I'm going to go back. So 608 access code deleted.
Yes,
So whoever stayed there previously, Airbnb deletes that access, correct?
yeah, that was presumably done by the owner, correct?
And so 7:55 p.m. you have, what's this?
The very first activation of the new rental, it would be unlocked by access code.
By the Ring video, there is, to unlock that door, there's a panel where somebody can enter a code. Is that correct?
Correct.
In fact, the Airbnb, you can actually see the last person to enter calling for the code, correct?
Correct.
And so it is unlocked by access code, correct?
Correct.
And then does that door automatically lock? Is that the way that Airbnb is set up?
It appears within a minute, it automatically locks, which is signified by the lock by thumb turn after same minute time frame.
And so after it locks, when that motion, when you first see Alicia Andrews there, is there some kind of time delay with the motion activation?
Yes.
Is there, whoever does the initial access code, is that caught on camera?
No.
And then there's another unlocked by thumb turn, 7:56. Is that correct?
Correct.
Does that correspond with the second video, not the one where she's knocking, but the second one where she's actually let in?
Correct.
And then we have 7:59. It just says unlocked by thumb turn,
Yes.
and then locked by thumb turn.
Correct.
And that can just be anyone inside just checking the lock. Is that correct?
Correct.
So that doesn't necessarily have to activate the motion censored camera.
Correct.
And that was June 22nd of 2024. And again, it works in the reverse. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then when is the next time? And again, we're showing the same 7:59 on this page. I'm sorry, on the bottom, you couldn't see.
Yeah.
But then again, reversing from the bottom up. When is the next activation on this on June 23rd, 2024, after the murder has occurred?
The very first activation on the locking mechanism on the 23rd is at 2:09 p.m. unlocked by thumb turn.
And again, does that correspond now with what we see, some of the video footage that occurs the next day when people are exiting the Airbnb?
Correct.
And then can you take us through the different times when this lock is unlocked and then again locked? You can see here auto lock delay. Is that correct?
Correct.
Can you go through the times for us?
2:09, there's multiple entries there, unlocked by thumb turn, locked by auto lock delay, unlocked by thumb turn, and then locked by thumb turn. And then at the very next one after 2:09 is at 2:58, unlocked by thumb turn, and then locked by auto lock delay.
Then going into the next page, again, starting at the bottom.
2:58 again, and then 2:59 again at 3:03, and again at 3:05.
Okay. And again, do those correspond with the individuals and the timing of the Ring video?
All of those had corresponding Ring video activations.
And then again, starting at the bottom.
Again, from 3:05, the next one is at 3:11, 3:12, and then at 3:13 is the last one.
Okay. And again, does that correspond with the Ring video footage that we just saw?
Yes.
did you also obtain the business records from Airbnb regarding that particular renting of the Airbnb?
Yes, I did.
I'm going to show you States Exhibit 106, and is that the top just a declaration saying these are kept in the normal course of business from Airbnb?
Correct.
I'm going to ask you, I know that this is tiny, so I'm going to try to enlarge it. And you subpoenaed records for that weekend, is that correct? June 22nd, when that Airbnb was being utilized, is that correct?
Correct.
And is this the person who rented the Airbnb for that time period?
Yes.
And can you tell me who is the name?
Rashad Murphy.
Okay, and when was this record created at?
I believe that's for the account creation. Was
Not for when it's actually booked, is that correct?
correct.
And then what email did he use?
Charmaine Steiger 23@gmail.com.
Okay, and you yourself met and interviewed Rashad Murphy, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And you had contact with him?
Correct.
And you also were aware of the woman that he was staying with up in Georgia when he was found in the silver Chevy Cruze, is that correct?
Correct.
And what was her name?
Charmaine Steiger.
And what is her relationship to Rashad Murphy?
They have children in common and have been together for a long time.
And she was the one that also had use of that phone that you did a search warrant for that was found in his possession in the silver Chevy Cruze, is that correct?
Correct.
Does it also give the address of the Airbnb? And let me enlarge it a little bit. I know it's very small print. And again, did it say reservation created?
Yeah, that's the actual time that the reservation was made. That's in UTC. So the reservation was actually made at 3:54 a.m. on Saturday, the 22nd.
And then if you scroll down, it's an Excel spreadsheet. Does it give the address and the location of the Airbnb where he made the or where Rashad Murphy makes the reservation?
Yes, 3703 Gazebo Pond Lane, Tampa, Florida, 33613.
Now I want to ask you about this address, 3703 Gazebo Pond Lane in Tampa, Florida. How close is 3703 Gazebo Pond Lane to Teasers, the place where the victim advertised that he would be performing at here in Tampa on June 22nd of 2024?
Approximately 2 miles.
Does it also show how the Airbnb was paid for?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And how much was paid?
$361.16.
And how was it paid for?
A credit card with the first 6 of 440393 and the last digits of 642.
Do you eventually investigate and determine who paid for this Airbnb?
Yes.
And who paid for the Airbnb?
That credit card was identified as belonging to defendant Isaiah Chance.
And then did you also get a search warrant for those records?
Yes.
Go back to what's already into evidence 101M. I had asked you initially before I played the Ring camera from the Airbnb, is this the extraction, part of the extraction from that phone recovered from the silver Chevy Cruze, where alerted you to an Airbnb?
Yes, correct.
And you can see up here, there is a profile pic from the owner of the Airbnb, Anthony, is that correct?
Correct.
You said that you identified him as Anthony Alava,
Correct.
and you conducted a phone interview of him.
Correct.
And was he able to email you and give you access to the video camera, the Ring video footage from that Airbnb,
Yes.
as well as the lock log?
Correct.
to the Uber driver, one of the things that alerted you to the Uber driver was that video footage at the Airbnb. Is that correct?
Correct.
What other information led you to believe that there was an Uber driver in this particular case?
There was some audio in the ring footage that between one of the subjects coming out of the Airbnb and the driver that indicated to me that it was possibly a hired driver. So we started looking at Uber and Lyft. And then eventually we identified it using a combination of LPR, cell phone records, and subpoenas to Uber.
Kind of like you did with trying to track down the license plate and the registered owner of the two suspect vehicles in this case. Is that correct? Same sort of search that you did in this investigation to identify the Uber driver. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And based on that, did you locate and identify the Uber driver who made a trip to that 3703 Gazebo Pond Lane here in Tampa, Florida on June 23rd of 2024?
Yes, I did.
And did you conduct an interview with that Uber driver?
I did.
Did you also receive from him the trip details of that Uber trip?
Yes.
And does that show, just like if you were to order a Uber trip for a local trip, the route as well as the cost for the Uber trip?
Yeah, it would appear like it appears on the app. Yes.
And did you communicate with the Uber driver through the phone?
Yes.
And at some point, based on your interview, was he willing to text you photographs of the trip ticket?
Yes.
And did you correspond and send him photographs of video footage that you had received from Sean Gathright's house where the trip ended?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's in evidence now. State's Exhibit 70. Make sure you can see all of it. Okay. Detective Ramos, what is the first page of State's Exhibit 70?
Your Honor, is 70 in evidence?
I'm sorry if I didn't. Judge, at this time, we'd introduce into evidence State's Exhibit 70. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
No objection.
Okay, Mr. Sonardi,
Objection.
Mr. Wise, Mr. Petratus. Okay, admitted.
Judge, I also think I need to introduce or enter 106 into evidence.
I have a note that you,
Did I introduce it or?
I think you introduced it when you introduced 60, 62, 61, 66, and I have written 106, but in
Okay.
abundance of caution.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it's formally introduced into evidence.
All right, any objection to introducing 106 again?
No objection.
Okay, Mr. Sonardi,
No objection.
Mr. Wise, Mr. Petratus. Admitted.
Thank you, Judge. Detective Ramos, what is the first page of State's Exhibit 70?
So this is a screenshot of the Uber driver's app showing the trip details of the trip he did for in reference to this case.
So Uber's application that you can have on your phone, is that correct?
Correct.
And the driver also has the same access to the application as a driver.
Correct.
And he sent you this via phone text, is that correct?
Correct.
And can you tell us the duration of the trip, how long the Uber driver was with his passengers?
Approximately 3 hours and 25 minutes.
Okay, and the total distance?
208 miles.
Does it give where they were picked up?
Yes, on Gazebo Pond Lane at Tampa, Florida, 33613.
And does it give where eventually they were dropped off?
In the vicinity of Chipperfield Lane, Jacksonville, Florida, 32226.
Based on your investigation, do you know where they were dropped off?
Exactly where they were dropped off.
Where were they dropped off?
In the driveway of 13751 Victoria Lakes Drive, Jacksonville, Florida, Sean Gathright's house.
How do you know they were dropped off there at Sean Gathright's house?
Because the Uber vehicle, the Uber driver, and the 3 occupants can all be seen on camera from Sean Gathright's house.
There is a Vivint security camera at Sean Gathright's house, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you do a search warrant to obtain the video footage from that Vivint security camera for the time period when the Uber driver would have dropped off his passengers at Sean Gathright's house.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And that's that Victoria Lakes Drive address in Jacksonville, Florida.
Correct.
And then what are we seeing in the second page of State's Exhibit 170?
I provided a form of identification to the Uber driver, let him know who I was, and then I asked him to look at some photographs for me and verify if these were the same people he picked up at Gazebo Pond and dropped off at Jacksonville.
What exhibit is this?
This is 70. This is page 2, Judge.
Okay.
And we're going to stop. These are, so first you sent him your police card. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then you sent images. Is this from the Airbnb in Tampa?
Correct.
And did he identify himself as the driver?
Yes, that photo, he identified himself as that individual, yes.
And then the second photo that you sent?
This is one of the suspects. I sent him this photo and asked him if this was the same person he picked up in Tampa.
Okay. And eventually, did you ask him to sign something to confirm that these were the individuals that he picked up from Tampa?
Yes, we met in person and I printed out these exact same photos and he signed them and dated them, acknowledging that those were the same people.
And now going to this one, the third photo down on the second page, is this individual that you see get out of the Uber vehicle, is he one of the ones that was ever captured on the Ring video footage in Tampa?
No, he was not.
Okay. You didn't see anyone dressed like this with this hat exiting or entering that Airbnb on Gazebo Pond Lake in Tampa, Florida on June 23rd of 2024. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you can clearly see what he's wearing in these photographs.
Correct.
And then again, was this another photograph that you had texted the Uber driver?
Yes.
And these are from a mobile phone. Is that correct? Your mobile phone?
Correct.
And then this is the final picture, I think, that got cut off. Is this the other photo that you had sent the Uber driver?
Yes.
And is this a copy? What is this?
This is a trip details he was texting me.
That he sent you in
Yes.
response?
Correct.
And then again, State's Exhibit 70. Is this another, let me unzoom it. Is this another photo that he texted you a screenshot?
Yeah, I believe these were from his phone that somehow were saved on his phone from that trip.
So he actually saved some of the mapping navigation of the trip as well in the application. So he's able to provide that to you.
Correct.
And again, these other two images.
These are actually satellite images of a McDonald's. I asked him if he made any stops on the way to Jacksonville, and he said he only made one stop at a McDonald's en route in between Tampa and Jacksonville.
In that entire over 3 hour trip.
Correct.
Same individuals, same three individuals from the Airbnb dropped off even after the stop at McDonald's.
Yeah, I clarified with him the same three people stopped at McDonald's. No one knew got in or out.
And then again, State's Exhibit 70, this image.
Yeah, we were just narrowing down the exact McDonald's that they stopped at.
And these two final images.
Yes,
There's a gas station at the McDonald's.
correct.
I'm going to introduce State's Exhibit 37A through E and State Exhibit 79 and 128A through N.
Okay, any objection, Mr. Gonzalez?
Judge, only as previously noted,
Okay, Same ruling?
Mr. Sonardi, these are the vacant video and then stills and then additional stills. No objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Wise?
No, I got the first two exhibit numbers.
37, A through E, 79, and 128, A through N. My understanding. 79 a composite A and B or just one?
It's one video, but it's one disc, but two videos on it, so it is a composite A and B.
Any objection, Mr. Petridis? Okay, they'll be admitted.
We're gonna publish State's Exhibit 79. Detective, you said you got the video footage from the security Vivid camera from Sean Gathright's house in Jacksonville, Florida. Is that correct?
Correct.
You got the date of June 23rd of 2024 when the Uber was being dropped off. Did you also go back in time to capture footage of the black Chevy Impala at that location before it left to Tampa?
On the 22nd, yes.
Again, did this video footage originally have a timestamp?
Yes.
And when it was compiled and put together, does the timestamp no longer show?
Correct.
But what time and what day are we looking at approximately? What is the exact date that we're looking at in this video footage?
So this is Saturday, June 22nd, approximately noon, 12 to 12:30 p.m.
And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. So this is a camera that is in Sean Gathright's front door, or kind of looking over the driveway. Is that correct?
This one is the garage driveway camera, and then there's another one that's a front door camera.
There's another one, correct?
Yes.
And when we're looking in this particular photograph, do you see a silver vehicle?
Yes.
All right. Is there a driver's license and a silver BMW that you had previously already investigated before obtaining this video footage?
Yeah, that's defendant Isaiah Chance's BMW.
And is that the same vehicle that you had done investigation through license plate reader and had found at this house at numerous times and locations, even months before this crime occurred? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you said this is June 22nd of 2024?
Correct.
And again, we're not going to go into the phone evidence yet, but do you then later confirm based on cell site information, locations of the individual's phone being in the vicinity of this house?
Yes.
In particular, Isaiah Chance.
Correct.
In particular, Alicia Andrews.
Correct.
In particular, Sean Gathright.
Correct.
Is there anything of note that this individual appears to be holding his hand when he gets out of the silver BMW?
Yeah, he appears to have a pistol in his right hand.
Anything unique or unusual about the pistol that is significant to the investigation of the homicide that occurred here in Tampa, Florida?
It does appear to have an extended magazine inserted into it.
Can you tell the jury what is an extended magazine?
So typically the firearms, the stock magazines only hold anywhere from 13 to 16 rounds in them, and they would be flush where your hand grip ends. An extended magazine would protrude out longer and hold typically double the amount of ammunition, 30 to 32 rounds.
Yes. We're going to publish 79B. Is there a close-up of this particular segment?
Yes.
And when you said that there is an extended piece that is in the butt of the gun, is that correct?
Correct.
And you can see that in this particular video footage?
Yes, you can.
I want to ask you, going back to the Home to Suites video footage that occurred here in Tampa, Florida, and the gunman that had the handgun that first approached the passenger side of the black Chevy Impala where the victim was seated. What was the relevance or significance of the extended magazine to the shooter in that position holding the handgun, not the assault rifles?
The The handgun was a pistol that appeared to have an extended magazine that could hold at least 30 rounds, and there were 31 casings found.
If you do not have an extended magazine, can that handgun fire 30 rounds?
No.
And how many rounds were found in Tampa, Florida, and the location, the vicinity of where the person with the handgun and the extended magazine were?
31.
And although this is put together, did they come in smaller segments based on Vivint security that actually shows the time of each clip if you clipped on it individually?
Correct.
Is this segment a segment where they are all spliced together to run chronologically in time?
Correct.
And does it also incorporate the camera at the front door?
Yes.
Again, is there a code to come into Sean Gathright's house?
Yes.
Does this individual appear to know the access code and be able to freely enter it without knocking?
Correct.
Again, same individual who just entered the house, going back to the silver BMW that is owned by Isaiah Chance.
Correct.
Again, different view showing the same thing that we just saw from the door camera.
Yes.
Does he appear to be holding heavy bags?
Yes.
Does this dog that came from the house bark in any way at that individual that accessed the door by code?
No.
It's just the same thing. Okay. Is this another individual that came out?
Yes.
Same hairstyle as the individual at the Airbnb in Tampa, Florida?
Correct.
Same body style?
Correct.
And again, this is Sean Gathright's residence.
Yes.
This is the same black Chevy Impala that we eventually impound.
Yes.
Same Chevy Impala seen at the Home to Suites.
Correct.
Same Chevy Impala seen at Teasers.
Correct.
Same Chevy Impala seen at Truth 18.
Correct.
The two locations the victim was at on June 23rd of 2024 before he died.
Yes, ma'am.
What does he appear to be unloading from the car?
It appears he's unloading camera equipment, taking it into the house.
So there's not camera equipment inside the vehicle. Is that correct?
Doesn't appear.
Some point, did you see that individual holding a phone in his hand?
Yes.
You taking note of what they are carrying in their hands?
Yes.
Are there similar items being carried out of the Airbnb after the homicide?
Yes.
Again, none of that was seen being brought into the Airbnb before the homicide.
Sustain is deleting.
Does this individual appear to have keys to the black Chevy Impala?
Yes, ma'am.
Are those bags again loaded into the black Chevy Impala?
Yes, ma'am.
Detective Ramos, at some point after that car is loaded up, where does the individual in the silver BMW, at some point, does it leave?
Yeah, they both leave shortly for a short period of time, and then they both come back before leaving for the final trip to Tampa.
again, does that correspond later with phone records obtained for Sean Gathright, Isaiah Chance, and Alicia Andrews?
Overall.
Correct.
Are we now at a point of time where the BMW has come back?
Yeah, Isaiah Chance's BMW has come back in the afternoon of the 22nd.
Is there another passenger in that silver BMW belonging to Isaiah Chance?
Correct. Someone in the front right passenger seat there that those salesmen talked to.
And at this time, where is Alicia Andrews' phone tracking to?
To this address.
Is this when the black Chevy Impala gets back?
Correct.
Same individual who came out of that address is driving the black Chevy Impala?
Correct.
And do you recognize the female in this video?
Yes, Alicia Andrews.
Chuck.
Okay, now we're going to go to June 23rd of 2024. Did you know the timing of when the Uber driver gets back to Tampa?
Yes.
Is that what we're seeing now?
Yes.
And what vehicle or items being loaded into?
Isaiah Chance's BMW.
The same tall individual, tall African American with the camouflage. Does he appear to be the same individual? Oh, that's okay.
Yes, appears to be the same individual from before they left.
At the Airbnb.
And at the
video,
Airbnb, yes, correct.
just wearing different clothing.
Correct.
What do you think the jury is thinking? I know I would be curious. If you only stayed there for one night, why do you need all of that shit? Like, why do you need all of those goddamn bags? Like, why do you need all of that shit? Look at how much bags are taken out of these cars.
Detective Ramos, what time does the silver BMW leave approximately?
The Uber got there around 6:30. The BMW leaves within the hour after that.
And how many individuals are dropped off by the Uber?
3.
And how many people leave in Isaiah Chance's silver BMW?
3.
One of which is Alicia Andrews, is that correct?
Correct.
Sir, who is in 30? Can you switch this down for me? And who is in 37A? Who's that a known photo of?
Defendant Rashad Murphy.
I'm going to show you 37B. Are these still photographs from that Vivint video footage of one of the individuals who's being dropped off at the Airbnb?
Yes.
Then what's already in evidence. This is a picture of Rashad Murphy when he was arrested in Georgia.
Correct.
And what day did that occur?
The 26th of June.
And again, Detective, there were still images that were collected from the Vivint camera. Is that correct?
Correct.
One's from June 22nd when they were loading up the black Chevy Impala.
Correct.
And 128A, again, the individual with the extended magazine firearm.
Correct.
128B, another picture of that.
Yes.
And then a close-up of his side profile.
Correct.
One 128E, is this the individual that came from the residence of Sean Gathright?
Yes.
128F, is that a close-up of him going back into the home?
To the rear of the vehicle, the Impala, yes.
The Impala, I apologize, but that's in front of the home belonging to Sean Gathright?
Correct.
One 128A, a close-up of his side profile exiting the house.
Yes.
I heard no leading. Thank you. Someone said that.
128, what's that the photograph of?
It's about time you paid attention to that defense team. She's been doing it all morning. Y'all get me to 700-800 likes, por favor. Thank you.
This is a close-up of the side profile of the same gentleman coming out of the house, Sean Gathwright's house.
What's in 28J?
This is a still image of Alicia Andrews and the gentleman that arrived in the BMW standing next to her as she's getting out of his vehicle.
128K.
This is a still image of the Uber drivers bending over, helping with the bags in the rear of the vehicle, and 2 of the subjects that got out of the Uber vehicle, the female going into the BMW and the male carrying a black bag with white writing on it.
128L.
This is a still image of one of the occupants of the Uber vehicle sitting in the back of the.
You know how you could tell it's Rashad? Those big eyes. There it is. I mean, you could see them. You could see them like crisp as day.
Isaiah Chance's BMW.
128M.
This is a still image of the driver of the BMW bringing bags into Sean Gathwright's house.
128N.
That same individual from a different angle.
Your Honor, may I have one moment?
Yes.
introduces State's Exhibit 90A and 90B.
Any objection? Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection.
Mr. Sinardi?
No objection.
Mr. Wise? Mr. Petridis? Admitted.
Detective, who is in 90A,
This is Alicia Andrews.
and what is 90B?
Alicia Andrews.
Where?
Oh, at the Airbnb in Tampa on the weekend of the murder.
What's in 35B?
This is one of the gentlemen that was seen at the BMW at Sean Gathway's house, but while he's at the Airbnb in Tampa on the weekend of the murder.
Has that one been admitted yet?
Oh.
35?
Judge, we introduced into evidence 35B, 36B, and 38C.
So 35B, 36B.
Yes,
No,
it's not admitted yet.
no. So it's 35B, 36B, what's the third one?
38C.
38C. Any objection? Mr. Gonzalez?
No objection.
Mr.
No
Sinardi?
objection.
Mr. Wise? Yeah.
No objection.
Okay, Mr. Petridis? Admitted.
Detective Ramos, what is in 35B?
Yes, so this is one of the gentlemen that was observed coming out of the BMW at Sean Gathway's house, but while he's in Tampa at the Airbnb, the suspect stayed at during the weekend of the murder.
Also caught in video footage coming from the Uber being dropped off at Sean Gathright's house.
Correct.
36B.
This is a gentleman that was spotted coming out of Sean Gathway's house and loading stuff into the black Impala, but this is while he's at the Airbnb that the suspect stayed at on the weekend of the murder.
Okay, what's he holding in his hand?
A cell phone.
38C.
This is also one of the gentlemen that was spotted coming into the Airbnb on the weekend of the murder.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would pass the witness.
Okay, very
Can we
good.
approach her?
Yep.
Interesting. At this time, the state will pass the witness. I think she did say yesterday that they're going to do this in two parts. So let me just turn my mic up a little bit for this part. So she wanted to do the forensic stuff, which was yesterday and today. And now we're going to see some cross-examination with the defense attorneys, but it is getting a little late. So I don't know if they're going to give the jury a morning break or break for lunch, because the judge likely wants to know how long each of them are going to take with Detective Ramos. There's a lot here with Detective Ramos that came out against all of these people. You know, whether it comes with shooter 1, shooter 2, shooter 3, Sean's house, all of that stuff. Let's see where they land. Oh, come on. We can't hear. Give us sound in the courtroom. This is law and crime. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is law and crime sound, not mine. Weird. Let me come to Twitter and see if Kathy is going to tell us what happened. It sounds like they're leaving the room. Yeah, the jury's leaving.
Okay, very good. All right, see you guys at 12:40. What's the line cross of this
Copy
witness?
started.
Okay, and then who's next?
Hey, guys.
Who's gonna go after Mr. Gonzalez? Okay,
Mr. Scotty Sonardi is gonna be the.
Okay, so Gonzalez, Wise, Petritas, and then Scott Sonardi. Okay, very good. See you guys then.
All right. So, as mentioned, guys, I am going to head out soon myself, just because I need to get to my hotel in the city. I'm hosting a TV show tomorrow, so we're going to make this our morning session. Let me just read some super chats real quick. Once I get checked in over there, I'll get my laptop up and running, and we will watch the afternoon session. So hopefully, we'll be back in about an hour or two. They're back at lunch at 12:40, so we should have a tremendous amount of TiVo time, and we can skip through all of the afternoon breaks. So that'd be really good. Let me just read our super chats real quick. Some of you guys had some questions, but I'll give you your midday update as well. This morning, we only had one witness. That was witness number 19, and that was Detective Ramos. He started testifying yesterday. Lots of damaging evidence against a lot of these guys. And a lot of it was really centered on digital forensics, right? So yesterday we ended with a timeline where they're looking at when Foolio arrived at the nightclubs that he went to. So he went to 2, right? What those timestamps were. We found out the big lie yesterday that Alicia and Isaiah both said in their interrogations that they went to the bouncers at the nightclub and they were turned away or decided not to go in the nightclub, which we found out was bullshit. That was not true because we saw all of the footage and Detective Ramos on the stand said, hey, they said that they did, but we don't have any footage of them doing that. So that is pretty interesting. We started the day a little bit slower. We're looking at some diagrams. And what was interesting is he started really diving into the shooters and their positions, right? We talked about shooter 1 likely being Rashad, right? Rashad was wearing all black and those black boots were available. We also see that he's left-handed, right? We saw that in the photographs. Shooter 2, likely Sean. He's wearing the blue hoodie and we were looking at some of the exposed skin. So they saw the lighter skin on his wrists, on his arms, and then in the mask area around his eyes. So they were able to see that it matches his build and likely could be him. Then we go to shooter 3 is wearing an orange ski mask, is likely Davion, who was by the kind of the fence line, right? So what that does is it puts Sean as the closest person to Foolio. And remember, I'm hoping that they bring in, because we still have ballistics experts, firearms experts that are going to come in and talk about these guns. So Detective Ramos is likely still on call and not completely done testifying because she did say she was going to do it in 2 parts. So this was part 1. Now, with Sean, the issue with Sean is that when Foolio was trying to kind of cover himself, duck for cover, he was going towards the back seat. And the fatal shots, one went through his liver, I believe, and the other one was closer to the chest that really got to one of his major organs to survive, right? And then he was trying to get to the back. Who was closest to him? Sean, right? Here's the other big thing that just came out as well. Shooter 3, I think we know that Davion, they placed him there and he was heavier back then. They did interrogation footage and they were like, man, what do you want, Ozempic? You look got skinny. So he was definitely heavier back then. Now, the other thing is the gun that Rashad was holding, they showed us in the footage today, Isaiah was taken out of the YN BMW. He was taken out of the BMW. So the same gun with the same amount of available bullets that are in it, 31, right? And 31 shell casings were found at the scene. It's just what is wrong with y'all? Crazy. Now we talk about the phone that was seized in Georgia, which was Rashad's phone. We talk about the Airbnb. It's under Rashad's account. He booked it, and I don't think any of you guys in chat saw it. He booked it for 2 nights, right? Because remember, some of them stayed behind. They didn't get in that Uber. 3 of them got in the Uber, Rashad, Alicia, and Isaiah. The other 2 drove the cars back, right? So Sean got back in his Impala, the black Impala, and then Davion is likely the one that drove the silver cruise back, right? But they booked it for 2 nights. Now, when we go and look at the booking information that they got from Airbnb, the company, a certified record, we see that not only did he book it for 2 nights, he used his baby mama's email address. Then it gets worse because who paid for the Airbnb? Under their name. They used a credit card. Isaiah Chance. So it's like, and then it even shows a timestamp on when they booked it. They booked it on 6/22. So you booked the B&B the same day, early in the morning. So what I would want them to connect to, if I'm a juror, when did the conversation take place between Isaiah and Foolio when they were on Twitter Spaces? Like, what time did that happen? Because you could see that they've been planning it. Some of you guys have been talking about what you need for murder. You have to show the premeditation, the deliberation, the planning, such a big thing in criminal law, right? You have to show that this person conspired. And Isaiah's culpability here, because remember, they're trying to pin it on him as a main person that was devising this plot. It's so crazy how that works. But so we talk about that phone, and that was one of the biggest things that we uncovered from that partial digital download. That was just half. There's probably more, but it was a partial download, and that's what they were able to extract and find from that. Next, they talked about how they found the Uber driver. Can you imagine that if you were Uber driver and you, number one, you're driving across the state for $100, okay? But at the same time, these kids want you to stop at McDonald's. And they had McDonald's at 1 a.m. So it's like, all right, this is your second round at McDonald's in the span of 24 hours. That's not healthy, is it? That's not healthy. So we have that going on. Alicia paid for the McDonald's that day. Be interesting to see what's going on here. But so that is what we got from the Uber driver, who kind of confirmed the identities of the people that got into the Uber. The other big thing that Detective Ramos focused on was the entry points of the Airbnb that they were staying in. Because here's what didn't make sense in Alicia's trial. If they all came down together, right, or in different cars, who got into the house and how? Because she's knocking at the front door. She's calling to get somebody to come and open the door. Somebody eventually does open the door, but they likely got in through the back. Unless, that's still a question for me if I'm a jury member. How do they get in? Who was the first one in? Of course, they might have gone in through the back, but who was already inside? What is clear is that they did come, most of them came in through the back and through that side door or whatever. But they had to get in somehow, some way, right? In order to let her in. We also learned that there were these locks, these smart locks that most people have. They're modern day pieces of technology in a sense, because they track how the door is locked, whether it is by PIN number, so you put in the code in the front, or if it is a manual key turn. All right, so we went through that and we compared when the keys or when the lock was turned. So we did a little bit of that as well. The ring footage was also compared with those key turns, and then they got sloppy on day 2 because remember, they were in and out. They got there at 7:55, okay? They left the next day at 3 o'clock. Now, when they left, the ring footage shows pretty much almost all of them on the ring camera except for Rashad, which is odd because, I don't know if that was Rashad or Davion wearing the all black. It looked like Davion, but it could have been Rashad. But one of the Murphy cousins was not on that ring footage. So you have that as well. Now, I am kind of curious, and I'm surprised they didn't bring this up, but who paid for the Uber is another question. Whose account did that come from? They didn't answer that for us either. So a little bit of stuff there. Then we transition to the Gathright household because after you track the Uber drops these kids off there. We see Isaiah, and that was the other big piece of evidence, pull out that gun. They showed it in opening arguments, but when he pulls it out, the big piece of evidence was it matches the rounds that were found at the scene. Okay, so if there was 31 available in that pistol, and then you find all of them at the scene of the crime, I mean, the bags. To be somewhere for, I don't even think it made it to 24 hours. You were there for pretty much one night. You needed all of them bags, all of those bags. It was like there were so many bags. So this was like their little, hitman, place. Imagine owning an Airbnb and the people renting your house about to commit a drill. It's so crazy. So the bags, I think, is what the jury is going to be curious about. And it's also the most evident thing as well. Also, did mama know? Did she check? Did she ask questions? Who knows? There's so many questions this early on into the game. But this trial, I think, is starting to heat up because this afternoon we can expect cross-examination with Detective Ramos. They did talk about the order, so y'all already know Father Time is going last, so it's going to be a long afternoon, right? But Gonzalez is going first. That is the order that they talked about. And then I do believe Isaiah's attorney is going to get in there second. And then Mr. Wise is going in for Sean Gathright. And that one might be lengthy too, because he could be long-winded. And then lastly, Davion, his attorney, Father Time, is going to take us home. And that is how the day is going to go. All right, that is your afternoon recap. That is what you missed today. Let me read our super chats. There's a few cash apps as well. And then I'm going to get lunch, get on the road, and get to our next destination for the afternoon session. Shout out to D, who's been with me for over 2 years, says AV on TV. Cool. Yeah. I'm doing a show called The Pitch Lift. It's being taped tomorrow. You'll probably see me talk about it way more as the production team cuts it up and stuff like that. What it is an opportunity for entrepreneurs to get in an elevator and pitch their businesses. I think they have 30 seconds and it's a chance to win $100,000. So you guys will learn a lot more about that as I get deeper involved into it. But I'm one of the hosts of the show. I'm doing it with another tech entrepreneur. So it's pretty cool, But that's a little bit about the TV show that I'm taping tomorrow, mañana. So we're heading out to the hotel shortly. Shout out to D again with the 5 says, why is going to prison considered cool, but going to MIT not considered cool? Just asking. I'm asking. I mean, that's the thing. You look at little boy Sean, half of the women are like, he's so cute, but he evil. Like he's popping out of the bushes with ARs and like, his mama taught him. She used to take him to the gun range. Dangerous. You would never know looking at him, so crazy. But thank you so much, Adi. Shout out to Made by Love. Thank you so much. Sis pops in with the 20, says, RIP Brian Walker. Oh no. Says, hopefully we get some justice for you through this case evidence. Yeah, I mean, this is connected to so much that's going on. And I think when ChatGPT had one of the detectives on the stand, maybe Thursday, and even yesterday, she was asking about how many of these homicides or these shooting incidents are solved by Jacksonville Sheriff Office. And honestly, the answer is not many. Queso went down for some of them, but not all of them, So a lot of them are just unsolved. And then we watched a little bit of the Vlad interview, and Foolio ain't saying nothing. Like he's just like, yeah, no, they haven't found the guys or whatever who shot at me. And we all know it was little boy Sean, who has a trainer who is likely mom. But I'll come to the poll in a second to see where you guys are. Now, this is a question. I did tell you guys that from time to time, if I see any interesting legal questions that you need me to answer, I will do that. The question is, when you can you give us a clear explanation of leading? Yeah, sure. So one of the things that lawyers have to abide by is this guy, the federal rules of evidence. These are basically your trial rules. So that's when you hear objections like relevance, compound, leading is one of the most popular ones. What that means is the courtroom is divided into 2 areas, right? You have the prosecution table, you have the defense side. When the prosecutor has a witness on the stand, because right now it is their time to get information out that needs to be presented to the jury, right? And there's a specific way you have to ask questions. The questions have to be open-ended, and you cannot lead your witness, okay? Leading questions are when you lead them because you already know what the answer is, right? But there's a specific way you have to ask the question. Now, on the other hand, cross-examination is a little bit different. Cross-examination, the answers are likely going to be yes or no questions, right? You're not going to get an open-ended question, right? So interesting stuff there. But hopefully that answers it. All of those rules are in the federal rules of evidence. Sometimes I will pull them up if y'all are doing some interesting stuff, you know? But okay, cool. I think that does it for us for the morning session. Let me just see where you are on the poll. Luckily, today you'll have a second opportunity to vote. But the questions are, who is the most cooked? Or the question is, who is the most cooked? We've been running this since this morning. And right now we have 23% Isaiah, 58% Sean. Sean went up a lot compared to yesterday. 10% Davion, and Rashad went down to 9%. Yes, my phone is, yesterday I had a friend, they forget to do it all the time, but I need to figure out how to turn all this off. It's really jarring because what happens is my phone goes off, the Mac computer goes off, my laptop goes off, the iPad goes off. It's like ding everywhere. It drives me insane. But anywho, I'm getting summoned by a bunch of people and I got to get ready for this trip. So I will see you guys this afternoon. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one. Bye.